He rolled up to the dealership posing as a loaded high roller, throwing cash around like it was nothing. The shady dealers thought they'd hit the jackpot, a once-in-a-lifetime sucker. What they didn't realize was that this was all part of his carefully laid trap, designed to bleed them dry. Not long before, Dodge had just picked up a used car, and out of nowhere, the brakes gave out right in the middle of the road. To save his own life, he had no choice but to swerve straight into a dirt mound just to stop the thing. After that, Old Choi took a closer look and discovered the engine had been water damaged, which was what caused the whole accident. To figure out exactly how they disguised a flood-damaged car as a premium ride, Old Choi pulled the seatbelt all the way out to check for waterline stains, but these guys had already swapped out the seatbelts. They'd even gone as far as using cotton swabs to clean hidden spots like the inside of the steering
그래도
wheel.
알 수 있는 방법이 있지. 고무 몰딩 안쪽에 지능이 나오는지 확인해 보면 돼.
But incredibly, these crooks had thought of that too. They'd straight up replaced the seals. Just when everyone thought they'd hit a dead end, Go-eun yanked out the cigarette
여기
lighter.
진흙 자국 있네.
그냥 침수차 속여 파는 놈들은 잡아다가 싹 다 침수시켜버려야 돼 그냥.
Now that they'd confirmed it was a crooked dealership, the revenge plan officially kicked off. To track down their supply chain, Dodge staked out a restaurant to eavesdrop. Right then, a flood report came on the TV. The second these dealers heard about the disaster, they decided to head straight there to cash in. Dodge tailed them all the way to their source, a salvage yard. He discovered they specifically targeted flood-damaged imports that didn't have vehicle damage
원래
insurance.
침수차들은 보험 처리해서 폐차시키는 게 일반적이죠. 그런데 저들이 노리는 건 자차 보험이 들어있지 않는 침수차예요.
그래서 침수 이력 조회에도 안 나온 거였네.
보험이 없으니 구태여 침수 신고를 할 이유도 없으니까.
After refurbishing them, they could sell them as accident-free premium vehicles at top dollar to unsuspecting buyers. Now that he knew the whole operation, Dodge decided to hit them right at the source. He waited patiently until the deal was done. The moment those guys left, Dodge slipped into the salvage yard without a trace. Just then, the yard dog started barking like crazy. The owner rushed out to check, looked around, but didn't see a soul. He figured it was a false alarm. But the second he pushed the door open to go back inside, there was Dodge sitting in his chair like he owned the place, legs crossed, cool as can be. He'd already gathered all the evidence of their violations. Without a word, Dodge launched a flying kick that sent the owner crashing across the room. Meanwhile, back at the repair shop, the boss actually ordered his guys to take a car whose passenger airbag had already deployed and roll the airbag back in, then sew it shut with a needle
그럼
and
사고
thread.
나도 에어백이 안 터질 텐데요.
네가 살 거냐?
아니,
나 왜 신경 써?
그럼 제가 예쁘게 잘 한번 꾸며보겠습니다.
These people had completely lost their humanity for money. Then his assistant came running in, panicked. All those cars they'd sourced from the salvage yard had been forcibly deregistered. The boss lost it. He grabbed the phone and called the salvage yard demanding answers, but no one picked up.
야, 개새끼.
Just then, his phone screen lit up with a reminder there was a group legal consultation scheduled for that evening. Turns out this boss wasn't just a car dealer. He used to be a lawyer who knew the law inside and out. And that's exactly how he operated whenever some rich kid got into a hit and run. They'd come running to him to make it all go away. Armed with this crucial intel, Dodge decided to go after the big fish. He disguised himself and walked right into the crooked dealership. The staff assumed he was there to cause trouble, but Dodge told them he'd just gotten a girlfriend and wanted to buy her a car. The moment they heard that, their eyes lit up like dollar signs. They eagerly showed him every car on the lot. When the car was brought back and inspected, sure enough, another flood-damaged vehicle.
그놈들은 저를 어떻게 생각하고 있을까요?
그냥 뭐 주는 대로 덥석덥석 사니까 호구로 생각하겠죠?
그럼 또 사줘야겠네요.
김대희 기사님 가면 아주 좋아라겠다 그놈들.
아닌데. 다른 데 가서 살 건데?
Just as expected, Dodge's suspicious behavior caught the attention of the boss's people, and they reported everything up the chain. Dodge kept buying used cars more and more frequently. He'd buy them and haul them away on flatbeds, never checking the condition, never haggling. Whatever they recommended, he bought. When word of this reached the boss, even he couldn't figure out what Dodge was up to. But then Dodge showed up again. This time, he put on a full performance, said he'd broken up with his girlfriend and desperately needed a Mercedes to cheer himself up.
추천해주세요. 죄송합니다. 돈 좀 주셔도 돼요.
Watching Dodge sign the contract, the boss couldn't help feeling uneasy. He immediately got in his car and followed. What he found was that every single used car Dodge had purchased was parked in one lot. Dodge walked up to a machine, submitted all the keys, and cash for every purchase came tumbling out. The next day, Dodge showed up again, ready to buy. But this time, instead of showing him cars, they grabbed him and tied him up. The boss pulled up a chair, ready to have a little chat. Terrified, Dodge said he'd tell them everything. He explained that he'd been buying these cars on behalf of a mysterious client. All he had to do was purchase used cars, and not only would he get fully reimbursed, he'd also earn a 10% commission on top. The boss was stunned. He couldn't believe a deal like that even
사장님,
existed.
계약서 좀 보시죠. 차를 100대를 계약했어요.
아직 30대밖에 못 태웠는데 빨리 100대 태워야 되는데.
The scheme instantly had him hooked. He started buying up flood-damaged cars in bulk from other dealers. Doan immediately posted online, claiming a taxi company near her neighborhood had been hit by flooding. Meanwhile, their partner Chairman Zhang went all in. He had every single one of his taxis deliberately soaked in water. The next day, the boss was searching for flood-damaged car listings and zeroed in on Chairman Zhang's taxi company. He rushed over that very night to investigate. Sure enough, there were dozens of waterlogged vehicles. His crew arrived on scene, expertly popping open doors and pulling out seatbelts. The mud stains were plain as day, definitely flood cars. To lock down the deal, the boss didn't even bother reading the contract carefully. All he cared about was getting those cars out of there fast. He had his guys slap the cash on the table and declared he'd take the whole lot. Chairman Zhang immediately put on a show, acting all grateful and overwhelmed. Right on cue, the transport trucks that had been waiting outside rolled in. These dealers thought they'd scored the deal of a lifetime. They had no idea they were walking step by step into the hell Dodge had built for them.
잠깐만요. 나머지 잔존 가치 5억은 언제 주실 건가?
갑자기 왜 계약서에도 없는 헛소리를 하십니까?
그쪽 계약서에는 없어요. 이쪽 계약서에는 있는데 요 특약사항을 요렇게 끼워 놓으면은 여기 당신 인감도장도 딱 하니 찍혀 있고 말이야.
비웃된 것 같아.
처음부터 나한테 사기치려고 접근한 거였냐? 말이 너무 심하네.
The boss ordered his muscle to rough Dodge up, but Dodge was no pushover. Left hook, right hook clean and precise. Before the boss even knew what happened, his hulking enforcer was flat on the ground, out cold. When the crooks came to, they found themselves stuffed inside a car. Dodge was standing at the front, broadcasting through the car's speakers via his phone, demanding they apologize and compensate every victim they'd scammed. The boss heard this and laughed in disbelief. Without hesitation, he fired up the engine and floored it, aiming straight for Dodge. What he didn't realize was that he'd fallen into yet another trap. He slammed the brakes, nothing. The car wouldn't stop. That's when the sheer terror hit them. This runaway car was one of the very flood-damaged vehicles their own shop had
너희들이
sold.
타고 있는 그 차 어딘가 익숙하지 않아?
이거 저희 매장차예요. 제 무슨 차예요? 제가 이 차를 내 거랬잖아요.
The wicked got what they deserved, and that hard-earned money they'd stolen finally made its way back to honest old Driver O. Seeing his smile return, we finally understood the true meaning of revenge isn't about violence, it's about making sure good people still have a way forward.